Imagine waking up in a completely new world, one filled with magic, monsters, and endless possibilities. For one young boy, this dream turned reality is far from what he imagined. After an embarrassing encounter with destiny, he finds himself stranded in a world that's more chaotic than magical. With no heroic skills, no epic sword, and barely enough money for food, his journey begins not with glory, but with the desperate struggle to survive. His first encounter is with a self-proclaimed divine guide. She introduces herself with flair, painting a picture of grace and wisdom, but within minutes, her clumsiness betrays her image. She's quick to mock the boy for his lack of potential, and even quicker to offer help in exchange for being brought along on his journey. With no better options, he reluctantly agrees, though her arrogance and teasing make him question his decision almost immediately. The guild is a hive of activity. Adventurers boast about their victories, guild staff shuffle around with tasks, and the smell of hearty meals fills the air. For a brief moment, the boy feels a spark of excitement, but that's short-lived when he's handing his adventurer's card, revealing his lackluster stats. His first quests are humiliating, collecting herbs, cleaning stalls, and chasing chickens. Meanwhile, his companion sits back, indulging in food and drink, leaving him to foot the bill. Determined to rise above his misfortune, the boy takes on a simple quest, hunting small monsters on the outskirts of town. With a cheap rustic sword in hand, he ventures into the forest alongside his guide. The task, however, is anything but simple. His companion's attempts to demonstrate her power only lead to chaos. What should have been an easy hunt turns into a comedy of errors, with the boy narrowly avoiding injuries while his guide apologizes for what he omitted to remember using his transformation. He squats to rest from. They complete the quest, earning barely enough to cover their dinner. Their less than stellar reputation soon attracts two equally unusual adventurers. First is a mage who specializes in explosion magic. Her spells are incredible, capable of leveling entire areas, but they come with a catch. She's completely drained after casting just one. Then there's the knight, who seems perfect at first, brave, strong, and heavily armored. But there's a strange twist. She enjoys being in danger a little too much, gleefully charging into risky situations. For the new team's first challenge is to clear out a cave of pesky monsters. The cave is dark, damp, and filled with ominous sounds. The knight eagerly leads the charge, triggering traps and alerting every enemy in sight. The mage prepares her explosion spell, but the chaos makes it hard for her to focus. Meanwhile, the boy tries his best to keep everyone on track, only to end up tangled in a net trap. When the mage finally casts her spell, it's both magnificent and disastrous, obliterating the monsters and leaving the group covered in soot. They emerge victorious, though their clothes and pride are worse for wear. One day, the guild announces a dire threat, a massive rampaging monster heading toward the town. Panic spreads as no experienced adventurers are willing to take on the mission. The reward is tempting, but the danger is too great. Surprisingly, the misfit team steps forward. The boy, despite his doubts, feels a sense of responsibility. After all, they've overcome plenty of disasters before, kind of. The team spends hours preparing or trying to. The knight sharpens her sword with too much enthusiasm, while the mage daydreams about her ultimate explosion. Their divine guide, instead of helping, critiques their every move. Frustrated but determined, the boy formulates a plan. The knight will distract the monster, the mage will deliver a devastating blow, and he'll handle anything that goes wrong, which, knowing his luck, will be a lot. The next day, the team faces their biggest challenge yet. The monster is colossal, its roar shaking the ground. The knight charges in fearlessly, her shield clanging against the beast's claws. The mage positions herself for a spell, but the creature's thrashing makes it difficult. Their guide attempts a flashy attack, only to trip and tumble into a mud puddle. The boy, thinking on his feet, uses bait to lure the monster into position. Finally, the mage unleashes her spell. The explosion is earth-shattering, lighting up the sky and leaving a massive crater. But the monster, though injured, still stands. With a mix of courage and desperation, the boy sets a trap using ropes and improvised tools. The knight delivers the final blow, and the creature collapses. Cheers erupt from the townsfolk as the team stands victorious, though battered and bruised. Back at the guild, the team is celebrated as heroes. However, most of their reward money goes toward repairing the destruction caused by their battle. Despite the financial setback, they laugh and revel in their accomplishment. For the boy, it's a bittersweet moment. His journey may not be glamorous, but is filled with lessons and friendships he never expected. As they prepare for their next quest, one thing is clear: this group of misfits will always find themselves in the most chaotic situations. But through their blunders and victories, they've proven that even the unlikeliest heroes can make a difference. Their journey has just begun, and the world is full of challenges waiting to be faced or avoided in their unique style. Did you enjoy this wild adventure? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated on more hilarious and magical recaps. Let us know your favorite moment in the comments.